That kind of nerd. Let's start the show with comics, movies, and technology. Here we go, bringing you the segments that you're looking for, like Cape Talk, Screen to Stream, Tech Perspective, and more. Cast this nerd degree and the blockbuster. Welcome to the club, cause you're that kind of nerd.
Welcome, everyone, to That Kind of Nerds podcast, a show that tells you what is going on in the nerdy world. I am CJ Mellon, joined by Joshua Burns and Brian Thornton.
What up?
Yes, I'd like to buy a vowel.
It'll cost $400 for E.
I'll take an O.
Oh. I'm sorry, we have no O's.
Can I get a U?
No, you can't buy me.
You don't get to
You can't buy
take a
me.
second
You
guess.
can't, right, exactly. You can't buy a second one. You had a miss. It's not your turn.
Listen, I'd like to pass. Can I pass it to the other team?
You can't pass.
You can't pass. You're off. It's not your turn anyway. It's not your turn to pass.
I'll take S words for 100.
No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Buckle up. We have a lot of trailers and some fun stuff to talk about today, including at the end of the episode, we're going to be talking about those top 5 video games that we kind of threw down the gauntlet for last week. So definitely stay tuned for that.
Video game movies, right?
Video game movies, my part.
Because I'm not prepared to talk about top 5 video games.
No, you're right. Top 5 video games.
I was supposed to do that.
Yes, you're supposed to do that.
I guess I know what I'll be doing instead of ignoring you talking.
So let's take a look at our first topic, where we take a look at the world of TV and movies in a segment that we call Screen to Stream. I miss doing that intro just that way to annoy Mr. Brian there. Let's first start with, listen, love a good old documentary.
Do you?
I do. And that takes us to the Bee Gees. How you can...
No, it does not.
No, it certainly doesn't.
No?
No.
Did I not watch the right thing?
No, you did. But thinking about
You actually watched it? Did you watch it, Josh? I refuse to watch it.
So I hit play on the trailer, and I went, not only do I not like documentaries,
Oh.
could this get more dated? I'm not sure.
Oh, see, I
wow.
actually enjoy documentaries. And I do not like the Bee Gees.
It would have to be a pretty interesting documentary.
But I do like Justin Timberlake. So what does that say about me?
What does that have to? Does that have anything to do with the Bee Gees?
Possibly. I don't know.
Have you seen this guy? This TikTok thing with the guy and talking about the top song of the year you were born, and if you were born in 2000, you have "Bye Bye Bye" by NSYNC. Have you seen this?
I did see that. I did see that.
It's just CJ. It's just reaction videos. It's
that's
just
great.
people staring at their phone and
Right.
going, I'm gonna fucking kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
Did you? Speaking of, did you also see? I'm sure all of this is obviously staged, but there's a scene in Friends, right, where Ross is holding the baby.
Oh, yeah,
he's
yeah,
singing,
yeah.
"Baby
Yeah.
Got Back." So he's singing, "My Anaconda Don't Want None."
Right.
And then someone cuts to like, so this aired in
2002.
2002. And this is from a Nicki Minaj song that's from 2014.
But see, no, I don't think it's staged. I think that person's an idiot.
That person, I think, legitimately thought that, but all the reactions and the duets for that are just
Like,
very.
Sir Mix-a-Lot wrote that song in 1992.
How dare you disrespect Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Like, yeah,
The whole
that's
reason that we're bringing this up, though, is the Bee Gees are having a documentary on HBO. I'm the only one who cares, so we'll move on.
So you see how I cleverly changed the topic.
No. No one else cares. It's fine.
We don't care. I'm past that.
Nobody cares. I get it. But just no one knew why we were even talking about anything that we were talking
Nobody
about.
cares. Nobody
Not true.
cares.
Nobody cares, Sean.
Papa Thornton, I know you care. I know you care.
Papa Thornton does not care about
the Bee Gees?
No. I mean, he can't. Yeah, that's right. That's why he doesn't care about the Bee Gees.
I mean, at the time, I think they had like the best-selling record in history.
I'm sure they did. Good for them. Based on a,
It's kind of
Listen,
like, I don't know.
I'm not shitting on the Bee Gees. I'm just saying it's not my cup of tea. And you forced me to talk about it, so this is what you get.
I put the Bee Gees in the same category as like UB40.
You be tripping. I don't know who UB40 is.
No, like they're very here. They're super dated, right? their songs accompany a certain, let's call it a specific type of feel,
Sure.
right? And I like
Yes.
that's I don't think of the Bee Gees when I think about Staying Alive doesn't do anything for me.
Here's how I know this shouldn't have been a podcast topic. Besides just I like the Bee Gees.
Then why is it here? You control the show.
I just figured it out. That this trailer only has 590,000 views.
You legit sent this trailer, and my response was, no, thank you.
That's fine. You can still say no thank you.
Why
So then you want Brian...
you force me to talk about things that I explicitly said no thank you to?
Because
I was being polite. Do I need to be more straightforward about this?
Let's talk about a trailer then that has 1.9 million views.
Trillion.
Starring Daisy Ridley, Tom Holland, and Nick Jonas for the 2021 movie called Chaos Walking.
I actually really love the trailer.
The trailer for Chaos Walking.
I don't understand
really,
the title.
Josh.
I think it's a really cool premise. Like I watched the trailer and I was like, that's a good idea.
Yeah, this looks great.
Josh, it's what men want. That's all it is.
Yeah, but there's violence.
No, it's going to be terrible. You know why it's going to be terrible?
No.
Why?
This movie was filmed in 2017.
Oh, really? I don't care.
The studios are just going, what do we got, guys? Do we have anything locked up right now that we can just throw out?
They're literally doing is, you know who's big right now? Tom Holland. You know who's also doing pretty well? Daisy Ridley. You know who's also doing well? Nick Jonas. Let's release this movie. Oh yeah, Mads Mikkelsen's in it too.
That should be an indicator that it might not be any good.
It's not. It's gonna be bad.
I like the premise.
You let me know how it is.
There's one comment that says, if Daisy Ridley was the only woman on the planet who could hear my thoughts, that would be a little bit awkward.
Yeah, but she can hear all the thoughts. But so can everybody else. Which is why it's not.
No, only the aliens are hearing their thoughts.
No. That's
what I picked up from the trailer.
No, because he actually has his thoughts attack him. It's a snake.
Everyone can hear everyone else's thoughts.
Yes, everyone can hear the men's thoughts.
They tell them, there's a scene where he's like,
read the description of this movie again. It is in a world with no more women. She crash lands on there. She can hear all the men's thoughts.
Did you watch the trailer? They can all the inhabitants of the planet.
I also read the synopsis. How do you think I know it was filmed in 2017?
But I watched the trailer.
See, this is the problem.
And I saw that the men can see each other's thoughts.
If the premise is unclear from the trailer, then
it's not unclear at all.
Truly unclear.
Did either of you watch this trailer?
I did. I watched both of them.
How did you not pick that up?
I thought it was everyone could hear each other's thoughts.
They can.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just the aliens and Daisy Ridley.
No, I think it's everybody.
Well, now I'm going to have to watch this POS
it's everybody
just to see if I'm right.
Tom Holland is sitting, Nick Jonas is on the horse, and he makes the snake come out, and he goes, hey, control your thoughts, or control your noise, or whatever they call the thing.
Yeah, noise.
Yeah, they can attack you. Like, Tom Holland can attack people with.
No, listen, I'll concede, but I read a couple articles that said the opposite. That said what I'm saying. So
those people didn't watch the trailer either.
My point is, if there's this much ambiguity, this is not a good sign.
No, hold on. The only ambiguity is from you. Two other people here are in a complete agreement of what this is.
On this podcast, that's it. I'm telling you.
Those people didn't watch the trailer either.
Listen, nerd. It's now up to you to come in. Brian at thatkindofnerd.com. Tell him if he's right or wrong. Just let us know.
I don't have an email address anymore,
yes,
do I?
You do.
Well, I don't check it, so don't bother using it.
You just send us the tweets and stuff.
I don't bother checking my Twitter either. Send me a TikTok. That is the only thing I use anymore is TikTok. I don't look at Imgur. I don't look at Twitter. I don't look at Insta. Just if you are this outraged by my interpretation of the trailer,
you'll have to respond by TikTok.
You will have to respond by TikTok. Keep it to 60 seconds or less. Just get all your rage out. So if you can go ahead and TikTok us, what is the act of TikTok called? Is it TikToking?
I guess
is it TikToked? Is it
TikTok?
Do you want to send me a tick? Like
no.
Find us at That Kind of Nerd. I know we're at That Kind of Nerd on TikTok.
That Kind of Nerd on TikTok. Please go ahead and TikTok Tag us, tag this trailer, tag Fuzzy Bunny Slippers, tag whatever you want.
So let's let Brian sit in a corner for just a minute so Josh and I can just say, this movie looks good. You and I are intrigued. We're on board for this movie.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Can't wait till you watch it. I'll be watching Tom and Jerry. Thanks. I'm going to have a wonderful time watching Tom and Jerry.
You're skipping. Stop skipping topics.
Your order makes no sense. It's just alphabetical.
What? No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's definitely not alphabetical.
It's definitely not alphabetical.
Bee Gees, Chaos Walker, Hardy Boys, Godmother's at the end. You're right. I'm so sorry. This is just in an order that is ridiculous.
It was an order that would surprise you, dare I say? Because you thought it was one thing that
not
was
surprising.
Another?
Why don't you Scroop the movies together?
I will
Scroop them all together.
Scroop them all
I want you to scoop them up, move them over, take all the movie trailers
and scoop
them in the group here, and then
I was told
that
we like topics in order that will surprise us. Are you not surprised? Are you not entertained, sir? Are you not entertained?
You have to poop or scoop the group.
Scroop them up. So, hearkening back to our original handful of episodes when we started this, the theme in that time was dark and gritty, dark and gritty, dark and gritty 5 years ago. Well, that it is now continued. Hulu has released a trailer that is a dark and gritty reboot of The Hardy Boys, and I kind of like this. I'm interested.
Watch Riverdale.
No, I don't want to.
Okay, but that's what this is taking inspiration from.
Yeah, inspiration. Fine.
Yeah, Riverdale probably does it better.
But also not that. I don't feel like this is a Berlanti teen drama that also deals with, why is Becky so mad at me? We're all brooding.
Okay, I'm sorry. Watch Nancy Drew then.
So I don't want that. I want this. I want the Hardy Boys. I think this looks cool.
Nancy Drew's always been the better detective. What are you talking about? Watch Nancy Drew.
I read one Hardy Boys book when I was a kid.
Because Nancy Drew's much better.
That's fine. This is a reboot. I don't care about what it used to be. I like what this is. This looks good. They can all live together, Brian. You don't have to replace Nancy Drew. This looks fun.
I'm not first and foremost. I would never replace Nancy Drew. You bite your tongue. Secondly, if this does well enough, we will have crossovers just like we did in the books, and Nancy will blow these boys out of the water. So, whatever.
So what do you guys think of the trailer? Again, and not what the trailer wasn't or what it could have been or why another show was better. What was this trailer like? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
What made it some...
I just didn't think it was very good. I mean, it's fine, I guess, for kids, but I'm not ever going to watch it.
I don't know that... I mean, would you put this as for kids?
Preteens.
You know what, man? It felt to me a lot like they're just trying to mimic Stranger Things without...
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
Without an alien influence. It just felt a lot like Stranger Things, but a knockoff,
right, and
not as good. So I just kind of went, eh.
Are you suggesting that children cannot be dark and broody?
And like the cast makeup, I just kind of went, meh.
What cast?
I liked it better. I'm saying the group dynamic.
The series of kids.
I was like, I liked it better when it was called Stranger Things.
That's agreed.
All right. No, that's a hot take I can agree with. The next trailer that we have, I just shook my head, but then I realized I'm also on for Space Jam, so maybe I have no room to talk, is Tom and Jerry.
This looks delightful. I'm in. Delightful.
What?
It looks delightful. It just looks fun.
It's like, you know what it looks like? Garfield.
Yeah, there we go. Give me. You know what I had fun doing? Watching Garfield. You know what I also had fun doing? Watching the Smurfs. You know who's funny? Michael Pena. Ken Jeong. I've never seen Chloe Grace Moretz in a comedy, but she looks okay. Tom and Jerry, gimme.
All right. Okay. I was very meh about it.
I'm not even I'm not like, I grew up on the show, but like, it just looks fun. It's all it is. It's not meant to be riveting.
See, I did. I watched it every day and I loved it. So this is kind of, I don't like it.
I feel like they're like, hey, do you like the animation style that you got with Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Yeah. What if they just didn't talk and they were in a hotel for a little bit? And we'll just do Tom and Jerry. It just, I don't know. It's something just is weird to me. I don't like it.
I think you're making A, bad comparison, and B,
that's probably true.
It's definitely a bad comparison.
Sure.
And comparing any animation meets live action movie with Who Framed Roger Rabbit is like comparing a 5-sentence poem to The Hobbit.
I think I can compare this to the Smurfs.
I will allow that.
And this would be on the same level, which is not for me. No, thank you.
And the first Smurfs was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Second one, not so much.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's a better comparison to this. Is this reminds me of the Smurfs? The Smurfs did not excite me, even with all your Neil Patrick Harris and all this other stuff. I don't care. And
see, but that's your problem. You don't go for the live people. You go for the cartoon.
But the cartoons aren't that like. Compelling.
If you're not a Tom and Jerry fan, that's fine.
I like
you
Tom
by
and
all
Jerry,
means.
but like. I don't know.
You know what? You go enjoy your BGs of Walking Chaos, and I'll watch Tom and Jerry. And you know who's going to have a good time? Me. You're going to be upset and frustrated and maybe know a little bit more about disco, but I'll have a good time. I have thoughts about the next trailer.
Okay, the next trailer is a movie that, for me, came out of literally nowhere. It is a Disney Plus original movie coming out called Godmothered. Starring Isla Fisher and Jillian Bell, and please give me your thoughts and feelings before I throw out my hot takes, Brian.
It's Elf. It's Elf with fairy godmother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. For me, I thought this was the rejected pitch of Enchanted.
No, it's Elf, but instead take someone you like Will Ferrell. Replace them with someone who I hate, Jillian Bell.
Oh, you hate Jillian Bell?
I do not care for her.
I'm not on board with. I am not ever wowed by Jillian Bell.
Oh, did neither of you see 22 Jump Street? She was great.
Like, not as a person. I'm sure she's a fine person. I want to be very clear. If Jillian Bell is listening, I'm sure you're a fine human being.
Yep, she totally
I
is.
would never hate on you personally. I just do not like your choices in movies. So I'm going to so hate's a strong word. I do not care for Jillian Bell.
See, and it's funny because it's completely balanced by Isla Fisher, who I love.
I do love Isla Fisher.
I mean, the scales are wobbly on this one.
Okay, so if it's Elf, imagine it this way. If it's Elf, James Caan doesn't make it to Elf until almost halfway through the movie. And then even after that, he's not in a ton of it. He's in approximately a half hour of Elf. I just can't take that much Jillian Bell. I'm sorry. I just can't. I don't find her funny. It's the same concept. It's the fish out of water story. It's the, oh, what's this magical button do? Oh, it does that.
Again, it's for kids. It's not for me.
Yeah. But I'm a kid at heart, so I take these things seriously.
I think Jillian Bell's very funny.
You were going to mention a role that she was
22
in.
Jump Street. Like if you don't, I mean, she was hilarious in that movie.
For me, when you let someone go like that, it's like the Kevin Hart problem I had with Hobbs and Shaw. I was like, oh, it was good the first time, but you let them roll just a little bit too long and you've overstayed your welcome. And she does that quite frequently. I think she'll be tamer in this movie. This may be a turnaround for us, but
let's just say this. I'm not like rushing to my streaming set, as they call it, to stream this movie.
Yes, you are not Russian.
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
What'd you say?
He is not Russian.
Yes, you are not Russian, comrade. You are not there. You are not an MK Ultra training at all.
I'm no. Anyway,
and this really did. I mean, we got a teaser poster, and then got the trailer like right away. November 19th, it dropped. It's airing December 4th.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the streaming platform.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no like build up for this to be the movie everyone's going to talk about. It's just a throwaway movie
because they don't care about it. They're just.
right.
I'm not joking.
No,
that's why.
I get you. Yeah.
They're just like, oh, you know what we have? This thing. You know when we should drop it? Because it's clearly going to be a Christmas movie. So we'll drop it in December, but we can't drop it close to Christmas. No. Because we have Soul dropping Christmas Day. We can't have anything competing with Soul, like Jillian Bell could be the thing that crushes Pixar. So we'll drop it December 4th. That gives people 3 weeks to binge on this wonderful, terrible movie that we don't give a crap about. Otherwise, we would have built a little hype around it. And then we'll drop Soul. Because that's the movie we care about. And that's the movie we're building hype around.
Right. Well,
it's
coming. Well, then let's talk about this last bit of movie news. Robert Rodriguez, if you're not familiar with him, had a very successful run with the Spy Kids trilogy, right? Very popular trilogy.
Quadrilogy. I thought there was 4.
I thought it was 3. Maybe there was a fourth.
There was 4.
Maybe he didn't do the 4th. Who knows? But he had a very... Oh, hold on. It may be 4, but he had the run with the trilogy. But then decided, hey, since I'm having fun with this, let's make this movie called Shark Boy and Lava Girl. And it's not...
He did that after the first Spy Kids.
Yeah, and it's not a good movie, but it's fun, right? I would not say good movie, but it's fun. It's been a long time since this has happened, and they have announced come January 1st, 2021, they're having a sequel called We Can Be Heroes: The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and the original cast, including Twilight Zone Taylor Lautner, will be returning to the franchise. And
Robert Rodriguez did the 4th Spy Kids.
Did he also? Okay.
Yep.
So that's good to know. Plus, I think we even have Pedro Pascal making a return to this as well.
This is one of those movies that they got Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl on Netflix, and the nostalgia hit everybody real hard, and it got streamed a ton, and that's why they made this movie.
And let's face it, Taylor Lautner is not like, pining for roles.
Oh, like no, he's not like, oh, listen, guys, I'm way too busy.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You got I've got like 16 movies lined up. You know that Abducted thing that was going to be a big thing.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
I got
all that.
I got like Jason Bourne Jr. coming out. Like I can't do that.
And I'm sorry, I don't know the main actress's name who played Lava Girl.
I do. Taylor Dooley.
She's a nice actress. I saw her on Broadway for a role for something. But
she's done not a ton on in the ways of television and movies. So I'm guessing she does mostly Broadway stuff. But what I will say is the cast is pretty decent.
Yeah.
You got Pedro Pascal,
right?
Who, from what I can tell, is some sort of other hero, right? You got Christian Slater.
Mm-hmm.
You've got... Why do you chuck at Christian Slater? Christian Slater is wonderful.
Slater. It's just nothing wrong with Christian Slater.
You've got Boyd Holbrook, who, if you don't remember, he was the leader of the Ravagers in Logan. Also the main character in that terrible Predator movie. But I mean, he's not a huge get, but he's a get for Shark Boy and Lava Girl. He's actor, yes.
See, every caveat is for Shark Boy and Lava Girl, right? That's what you have to do with this movie.
You've got Shooter McGavin himself, Christopher McDonald in this movie.
Very nice guy.
And then the villain is being played by Priyanka Chopra, who is she was in Quantico. She does a bunch of like just little things here and there, but she's getting a huge resurgence. Well, not resurgence. She's getting a huge resurgence. She's going to be in The Matrix 4.
Oh, okay.
She was the villain in Baywatch. She was I didn't see it, but apparently she was in Frozen 2. Obviously wife of Nick Jonas, so I don't know if she's now Priyanka Chopra Jonas. I don't know how that works.
Right.
But yeah, and I like her. And you know what? It's on Netflix. I don't remember the original Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I may have to rewatch it, but you know what? Why the heck not?
Can you correct me if I'm wrong? Taylor Lautner has actually signed on for this? That's not questionable?
I am looking at the IMDb page right now. I do not see Taylor Lautner's name.
I'll just say, I think I realized that in a couple articles it didn't have him in here.
I don't think he's been officially announced, but he's probably a secret cameo.
Okay. All right.
Shh. It's a secret. Either that or they knocked on Taylor Lautner's door and he was just like covered in Krispy Kreme donut glaze or something, and they were like, "Oh no, we can't. Sorry."
Okay, yeah, I want to clarify. At the time of this recording, Taylor Lautner is not going to be reprising his role.
Nah, but I guarantee you, he shows up for a couple minutes just to say hi.
So
even on like a video camera, like a FaceTime or something.
And Taylor Lautner's role has been replaced by J.J. Doshnall, who I don't know at all.
Cool. I'm going to ask Josh for his opinion, but I guarantee you he does not have one.
Big ol' snoozy. What do you think?
It's for kids.
There you go. And so it was written.
I have spoken. All right. The other bit of movie news that I also got was apparently there is going to be a remake of the 1986 classic Short Circuit. Like this movie and Flight of the Navigator got introduced to me at like the same time, and it was the perfect storm of nerd that I was like, yes, give me more of this shit, because there were more short circuits, and I watched them.
Here's where I'm at. Right, I love the movie, love the movie as a kid. Obviously, it's super dated. I'm not sure my kids would even enjoy it if they did watch it. So I'm interested to see what they do with it. And I think that the Johnny Five is alive concept is something cool. I think it's great for kids.
Yeah, I think this is something that, I don't think if you reboot it, you get mac and cheese level of robot, right? From Friends. I think this is something that you could really make fun and make Johnny Five really kind of, I don't go CGI with him, keep him practical, make him fun, give him some new life. And I think you could really set this in a modern time frame and have a really good movie. I like this movie. I'm completely biased. I'm down for this. There's no word yet on who's directing it or how faithful it's going to be to the original, but like I'm down for this. I know it's in pre-production, but I want this movie now. Like I just really want to make sure that this movie sees the light of day. So if you got to put some people in a bubble so they can write up their Scripty scripts, go do that. But I want to see this. I enjoyed this movie a lot. I may have to watch it again. I haven't watched it in years. Maybe Short Circuit goes on my rewatch list.
Scripty scripts.
Yeah, you got to scoop them up together, right? Scroop them up, and put them in the bubble so they can write their Scripty scripts.
I don't care about Short Circuit.
Really?
I don't have any positive nostalgic feelings about it. I remember possibly seeing it once. It is E.T. with a robot. I'll watch E.T. again. Like
I would say that E.T. is Short Circuit with an alien.
Which came out first? Short Circuit is 1986.
No, E.T. came out first. And
E.T. came out first.
Short Circuit's way better than E.T.
I disagree.
Was there only 2 Short Circuits? Was that it? Just 1 and 2?
There was only 2 Short Circuits, and both of them were mediocre. And you're going to reboot it in a world where I can have Johnny Five in my pocket. So I don't know what that's going to look like. Are they going to make a mini Johnny Five that lives in my pocket? Like
it's an Alexa that you have to talk to?
Like legit, that's what it is. Then cool.
I don't know. Listen, put some Transformers, Morphe stuff on there. Make Johnny Five able to hide in plain sight. Like this is fun. You hate fun right now, Brian. This was a fun movie.
I love fun. I am on record as saying I am going to enjoy Tom and Jerry.
Now it's time to talk about the world of comics. See how it's affecting TV, see what's affecting movies, but most of all, guys, right now, it's affecting Brian. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Cape Talk.
Cape Talk.
Let's start off with the big story, which, Josh, you are more than welcome to take a nap for a minute, because I know that's what you did for the first one, so might as well. HBO Max will be the official home for the new Wonder Woman 1984, with the exception of maybe it'll be in a theater that no one will go to. All right, so now we have a Christmas movie on HBO Max. It'll be Wonder Woman 1984, and unlike Disney Plus, there is no additional charge for this movie. It's just part of your subscription.
I have a prediction.
Can I guess your prediction?
Sure. Go ahead. Let's see what you can conjure up in that brain of yours. Are you going to type in your prediction in our chat?
Yep. All right. Go ahead and say your prediction. I'll paste this in.
I think that... Son of a bitch.
Go, Brian, go.
I actually have 2 predictions. I think depending on the success of this, I think Disney re-examines what they do with Black Widow. And if this does well, they'll drop Black Widow on Disney Plus early 2021. I hate you so much.
For those of you who are playing the home game, CJ entered into the chat. This 100% means that that Black Widow goes to Disney Plus.
I hate you so much. My second prediction
that I couldn't possibly have predicted.
I think Josh is actually going to like Wonder Woman 1984.
Whoa, that's a bold move, Cotton.
And I think that because I think the quote unquote problem with Wonder Woman for Josh is the World War I aesthetic.
I mean, we'll see. I'm going to watch it.
I know he's going to watch it.
Going to be here on Christmas.
You know what? You have even more reason to fall asleep.
Yeah, that's what Laura said. Laura's like, so you can sleep at home
post Christmas dinner.
Here's what I want. Can we arrange this up? I just want a live stream, no sound, just a live stream of you watching it, and we can clock the moment that you fall asleep. We take a couple bets to see how long you make it into the movie.
Josh, I'm going to issue this challenge to you. In order to go live on TikTok, you need like 1,000 followers or something like that. Get us those 1,000 followers, then live stream yourself sleeping Christmas Day while watching Wonder Woman 1984,
I think
so
that'd
that
be good.
we can all enjoy it.
Yeah, that's exactly what we have to do.
Challenge issued.
But you're gonna give this a try, Josh?
I'm gonna watch it. Yeah.
Are you gonna watch all of it?
Josh is even more. Josh is gonna no. Here's what's gonna happen. Josh is gonna start it. He's gonna fall asleep at a undetermined time so far because we don't know yet. All depends on how much turkey has been eaten pre or post, as well as how early the kids woke him up for Christmas gifts. But Josh is going to put it on. He will fall asleep, and you know what? It's streaming. Josh will start and or finish this movie about 5 or 6 different times because he will fall asleep, and then he'll be like, okay, let me start it again. Fast forward to the part where he fell asleep, get another 10, 20 minutes into it, crash. This is going to be, and you know what? You know who's going to love it? Zoe. Because Zoe will watch it all the way through, all 5 or 6 times.
If you would like to place your bet as to how long Josh makes it into Wonder Woman 1984 in the comfort of his own home, again, hit us up on the TikToks and social medias and just tell us your guesses, because I don't know. What's the runtime of this movie? Does anybody know the runtime yet?
I'm going to guess around 2.5 hours.
Okay, so
I'm going to give him 21 minutes.
You're going to give him how many?
21 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
I'm giving him that much.
I was going for like 45.
No.
I think he'll get
45.
through the exposition, and then as soon as it actually starts to, turn into something, he's knocked out.
See, here's the thing. I foresee this in the Burns household going like this. The Burns family has been up for a while. Kids are doing kid stuff, and they're wonderful children, but let's face it, it can be tiring.
Right.
And post dinner, we're going to put on Wonder Woman, and Josh is going to be like, I'm done. I'm out.
Making fun of Josh out of the way, because it's always fun.
Are we
don't
really
get to do it
making
often.
fun of Josh? I feel like we're just predicting what's going to happen. Josh, do you feel like you've been made fun of so far?
I'm good. I'm unfazed. Yeah.
Excellent. Josh, what's your prediction? Do you think you make it through Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
1984?
Yeah, likely I do. Yeah.
On the first try?
First try.
I mean, look, unless it's real bad. Yes.
Because I know you love the Chris Pine, right? I know you're down for the Pine.
I am.
And he was in the first movie and he couldn't keep you awake the whole time.
Look, just we don't have anything interesting really happening. So that increases the likelihood
of doing that. So this is an interesting move. I do think, Brian, that this does have implications as to what do you do for Black Widow. I think it's been moving likely and likelier that this will be a Disney Plus movie. However, this movie was on the block to still get its release until just the other day. So we could be probably getting some news about Black Widow pretty soon.
See, the only reason I say no is because if I'm Disney, I'm waiting to see how this goes. So I'm thinking like end of December, we get an announcement, Black Widow dropping in February.
Why not make this movie something that you have to pay for, even a small fee? Why give it away for HBO Max? Are they that desperate for HBO Max subscribers?
I think this is a little bit of a hey, we were gonna use Justice League's the Snyder Cut to bring in subscribers. You know what we already have done and in the can, and we'll probably bring in just as many. The same crowd that we're trying to attract with the Snyder Cut, Wonder Woman.
According to Zack Snyder, by the way, the Snyder Cut is locked.
Yeah, good for him. I'm sure it is.
Yeah,
it's
so
locked.
You're just thinking,
edited.
We're just trying to drag people into HBO Max.
My point is, let's just drag people in a month or two earlier. Like, let's get them in, and that way, when the Snyder Cut's there, they're already members.
There. Okay.
And
I think they learned their lesson from Disney on charging for your
I think this is a, we saw what a travesty that Mulan was.
Sure.
Not because it was a terrible movie,
although
it was.
Right.
But it Disney just took a bath on that. They did not make their money doing it the way they did it. So let's just put it on there. Let's get some additional subscribers. And on top of that, I don't know how streaming services make money. Maybe they make some sort of other money somehow. I don't know.
Right.
But I mean, this is a smart play. I don't know. I have the same questions that I did when Disney announced that they're going to stream Soul for free.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the end game is here. How do you recoup your money back after spending $500 million on the movie and marketing?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So I guess since we're talking about trying to get more subscribers to HBO Max, during the holiday time and more importantly over Thanksgiving, Titans, the DC Universe original, but now going to HBO Max show, will actually be airing on TNT.
TNT. Dynamite.
We can't afford this. I don't know how we do this. So Brian, they are supposed to be airing Titans from 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. midnight. So hopefully allowing a little bit more of a risque audience. You think they're going to get away?
Ooh, it's the after dark.
It's the after dark part. Do you think they're going to get away with as is, or do you think this program has been?
I'm pretty sure they're going to have to edit out the "fuck Batman" line. Pretty sure.
Just one.
You know, maybe some other F-bombs that I'm pretty sure are in that show, as well as sexual innuendos and things.
Justice League.
That show was intense. I'm surprised they're going to put that on cable. Show was intense. I've only seen the first season.
Saturday the 28th. It's a Man of Steel, Justice League, Wonder Woman, Batman v Superman marathon from 2 to 1 a.m. on TNT.
Say it ain't so. Hey guys, do you want to get increasingly disappointed on Christmas or Thanksgiving Day?
On Thanksgiving, correct. Yeah.
Watch these 4 movies in a row.
Yeah. Well, it's also going to on Thursday.
It's not like 2020 sucks enough. Let's go ahead and throw these movies on Thanksgiving Day.
Here you go. TNT on Thursday the 26th. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, which is a network premiere, and then Titans on the opening day. So they're just going to be shoving HBO Max down the throat of anyone who doesn't have it, who is in the synergistic Time Warner, AT&T, weird Warner Media family. So more proof that they're just trying to shove down DC content down people's throats.
There's better DC movies that you can put on.
I much agree.
I enjoy Man of Steel. I'll just be out, and I enjoy Aquaman.
All right, well, let's end this episode with a little bit of follow up from last week's conversation, and let's talk about this. I had thrown down a gauntlet surrounding video game movies, saying, "Hey, I don't think I'm really a fan of them. Not really gonna do well. Not fun." And I pulled a list of I believe it's 24. Maybe my count was off. I've lost my count of video games adapted into movies, and I'm curious to get your top 5 on this here. So, Brian, since you felt very passionately about the fact that there are really good,
I said there are good video game movies.
Okay,
and let me be clear before we start talking about what the quote unquote best video game movies are. This is just like the question of who's your favorite NSYNC member. Everybody has a different answer, but there's really only one.
Justin Timberlake. How's it even a question?
Yeah, I agree with you on this one.
That's my point. But everybody will say they have different... Listen, there are Joey fans out there. All right? There were Lance Bass fans.
But with that knowledge, that means that there is one answer that is ultimately right. So
that's my point.
So what is the right answer for video game movies?
Mortal Kombat. Hands down.
It's on my list.
It's on my list too, but...
All right, here are the 5, in no particular order, because I've already said Mortal Kombat's probably the best video game movie, right?
Sure.
The new Tomb Raider with Alicia Vikander, is that her name?
On my list, yes.
The new Tomb Raider.
Yeah, on my list.
The first Resident Evil.
On my list.
Not on Josh's list because zombies.
It's on my list. Resident Evil's on my list.
First Resident Evil. I've already said Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
So I've been pretty straightforward about that.
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu and Sonic the Hedgehog. Did you see Sonic? Because it was.
It doesn't matter. You veered hard left.
I veered hard left. So we match on 3, but those 2, and the box office proves it, my friend.
That the box office says Resident Evil Afterlife was amazing. You know what I mean?
Honorable mention: Need for Speed.
Ew.
I shamelessly love that movie. I don't care.
Well, it's not shamelessly if you put it in an honorable mention and not your top 5. A little bit of shame.
No, it's just not. Not as good as the other 5.
There's some shame. All right, here's my top 5. And again, this is also based off the fact that I have not seen the Resident Evil movies. I have no interest in them. I did not
at least
see
watch the first
Mila
2,
Jovovich.
man.
I did not. You can yell the actors at me. That doesn't change it.
Michelle Rodriguez.
I did not see the new Tomb Raider, which again I heard good things, but
that's silly talk. Okay.
I still didn't see it. So here are my top 5. Ready? Again, no particular order. Actually, never mind. This is in release order, so here we are in release order. Super Mario Brothers.
I hate you.
Say what you want about that movie.
So terrible.
No, it's terrible.
It's so. Listen, I've watched it recently. So bad, it's good.
It's not. No, it's not even so bad. It's good.
It's real.
Street Fighter is so bad. It's good.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Yes.
Lara Croft Tomb Raider, the Angelina Jolie, the first one. I liked it. And then that movie, by the way, was released in 2001. Okay. And then I scroll down this list all the way to 2019, where I say Detective Pikachu, and then rounding it out with Sonic the Hedgehog. There is a 18-year gap in there where tons of other movies are released. Hitman, Rampage, Need for Speed, Prince of Persia, Tekken, Max Payne, and I'm skipping all of them.
Yeah. So I have Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, Mortal Kombat, I have Hitman, and I have Max Payne. After those 5...
Oh, Max Payne is not good, sir. I'm sorry.
I like Max Payne better than I like the rest of those movies. After those 5, it's just a lot of like Resident Evil repeating itself. And Hitman Agent 47.
Well, there's 6 Resident Evils, and they're rebooting it, so there'll be 7.
Yeah. And I'd throw Street Fighter in there, but all of those before Super Mario Brothers, which was just
the first Street Fighter is so bad it's good. Which I will also give an honorable mention to that one. But like, dude,
your honorable mentions are getting out of control. Calm down.
Need for Speed is a good movie. It's not. Listen, we are grading on a curve here. It's a video game movie. It's a huge curve. It's not like I would not put this up next to any MCU movie or Citizen Kane or Casablanca or anything like that. But you know what? I went and saw Need for Speed.
39.
I had a good time. And that's all I want from a video game movie.
There are 38 movies on this list, and I can honestly say I've enjoyed 7.
Oh, so now we're going to talk about ones we've enjoyed.
Are
we going to talk about ones we've enjoyed ironically?
What I'm saying is, with a long list of video game movies, most of them,
38.
Most of them.
That's long. There's 38 is long to you
for video games.
There's more comic book movies than that.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you noticed, they've kind of proved to be mega blockbusters that are always
over
good.
The world. Yeah. Video game movies
generally not very good. And you look at the box office numbers that we have in the chart, they also tell the story that they're not very good. What I'm saying is if you're making a property that's based off a video game and turn it into a movie, until 2019, right? It was a big from 2001.
Oh, it was guaranteed crap.
From 2001 to 2019, it was guaranteed shit.
Yeah, even look at the Rotten Tomato scores.
Bad.
Where's
it wasn't until you got to Detective Pikachu and Sonic the Hedgehog that not only did it make money, but you also got audiences and critics to say that was good. Yes, you will always have the people who look at Mortal Kombat and say, listen, I know that movie's garbage, but if that's a fucking great movie, right? But then you get to Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and those same people are just like, I mean, I watched it because it was there, but I didn't watch it.
So either way, I feel pretty vindicated.
I disagree.
I feel pretty vindicated because you were of the stance that there is no such thing as a good video game movie.
You were that.
Okay.
And you have come up with at least 5 that you enjoy. And you said you've at least enjoyed 7 outside of those 5. So you know what? I win. I'm taking this as a win.
If you put this into...
There is a Just Dance film coming out.
Yeah,
what is that?
I don't know.
Is that just going to be Step Up?
The thing is this.
Can we all watch Step Up? Step Up to the Streets, more important.
I think I have enough data and enough opinions here to look at this and say, hey, if you're going to tell me it's a video game movie, right? My first gut reaction is saying, that's going to suck, is pretty well founded. And then it's an outlier if it's not.
I feel like that is the chance with all movies. You have a 50-50 chance of it being good or it's sucking.
No, I'm going to say the ratio, though, for video games is not a 50-50. I think you can look at it and say, all right, video game movie is probably going to suck. and then you can be pleasantly surprised. But I think you can go into a movie going, this is going to suck, leave the movie going, that sucked, and be okay based off the fact solely that it's a video game movie.
No. That's you're just judging a book by its cover then, and I was told not to do that.
I mean, look at Silent Hill.
I was told not. Silent Hill is actually not bad.
Prince of Persia. Look at Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia was bad.
It was really bad. And Josh,
Assassin's Creed was bad.
Assassin's
Creed was terrible.
Max Payne was also a bad movie, and I'm sorry
Josh
to say
likes
that.
it. Josh likes it.
I know.
I wasn't a fan.
I was not a fan, but I mean, Prince of Persia was hot garbage, right? We can agree on that.
It.
Warcraft was also not a good movie. Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that one was bad. I did see that one.
And Warcraft, Assassin's Creed were in the same year as each other. It's not unlike a comic book movie, Brian, like you brought up. Right now, if you release a video game movie, it is not likely that you're going to get the hit that you want.
I think the past 3 have changed that, though. Actually, I'll go as far as say the past 4.
Tiger Death? What the hell is Tiger Death?
Not Tiger Death.
Or Dead Tiger, sorry.
You mean Dead Trigger?
Whatever, I can't read.
I have no idea what that is.
I would say Tomb Raider Rampage?
I'm talking Tomb Raider Rampage was actually pretty well received.
I mean, it was okay.
It was okay. You personally, it was okay, but it was well received. It made...
What do the box office numbers say?
428 million.
It's probably the highest grossing movie on your list.
No, the highest grossing movie on the list is Detective Pikachu and Sonic the Hedgehog.
By how much?
Well, Detective Pikachu was 433 million.
And how much was Rampage?
428.
$5 million.
Dude, don't act like $5 million is not a lot of fucking money.
It's not. In terms of this argument, it is not. It is 1%.
All right, but even Sonic the Hedgehog, which was more critically...
It's 1% better than Rampage.
But what I'm saying is... Okay, yes, all right. So Rampage and Detective Pikachu within that margin of error, right? When you look at like the money, right?
I'm just saying you can't argue that it wasn't...
But then Sonic the Hedgehog, which was both critically received, fan received, and did well, 308, like already dipping from those other 2 movies.
Okay, so okay, all right. First and foremost, you can't just go by box office alone for Sonic the Hedgehog.
I agree.
A month later, shit shut down. Yeah, it would have made way more money because it would have been in the theater throughout March.
And we talked about too the fact that the fans reacting to that was also a great thing for it. So like,
if I could finish my thought from your ridiculous statement before.
I was over here defending you, by the way.
I feel you, and I appreciate that, Josh, and I love you for it. You're the greatest. The past 4 movies in a row, 4 major releases, because I don't know what the hell Dead Trigger is. So we'll say the past 4 major releases, not even including Resident Evil, the final chapter, which whatever you want to say about the Resident Evil franchise,
successful.
It was a huge moneymaker.
Yep.
Right.
So the past 5 have been well received, have made a lot of money, and actually, in your opinion, have been enjoyable or even good, so much so good as to be in your top 5. You can't tell me that because you're seeing an upward trend now in quality and in critical reception of these movies that you can completely write off something like Monster Hunter or Uncharted or the new Resident Evil movie that's coming out, because they're clearly figuring it out. It took a while, but they're figuring it out.
I'm pretty sure we can write off Monster Hunter, and that may be the movie that messes up your curve.
I hope it's the greatest thing I've ever put my eyes on.
That is the kid at class who eats the glue stick and then says, "Yeah, we'll take the test." And you're like, "Dude, you're messing up the bell curve."
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's going to be amazing. I hope it is. But even if that upward curve dips a little bit, because let's face it, same director as Resident Evil, and Resident Evil, at least for the last 3 movies, got off the rails. Uncharted, Resident Evil Reboot, both coming out in 2021. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 coming out in 2022. You can't tell me those movies aren't going to be good. You have got a modern day Indiana Jones, and those freaking games might as well be movies as it is. So all I got to do is take script for game, turn to movie, cast Tom Holland, pretty boy. And the fact that the Resident Evil reboot, with everything that I've seen so far about it, is going to be truer to the games, which means an actual story, not a ridiculous story where we make up shit about the franchise. those movies are going to be great. I have a feeling we've cracked the code. And I have a feeling by your summation, it's going to get better. So my point is, your previous statement of I can pretty much guarantee a video game is going to be trash movie is wrong.
Your hat is pizza.
Yes, my hat is pizza. Brian, you've made a wonderful argument that I can fully get behind and back. And sir, you have changed my mind. I think the studios may have figured out video game movies. And it took them, 19 years to do it. But you are right.
I don't care.
I don't care either. As long as we get good movies, I don't give a shit how long it took to get there. Right? Just like comic book movies.
Took them 20 years to figure out comic book movies. So there you go.
So it tracks. So all we have to do is wait for a new genre of stuff, and then 20 years later, it works. It works out well. So I assume we'll get some really cool VR experience movies, and they'll be shit for 20 years, and then they'll turn good down the road. So
but I agree. Work. The people who are consuming it when they're kids grow up, get into the industry, and then make the thing about the thing that they loved when they were kids, and now it's good.
So, I got it. In about 20 years, we'll have TikTok movies, and they'll be good.
Yes. Well, then we'll relaunch Quibi.
There we go. Figured it all. It's all come around circle, right? We'll Scroop these all up, right? Write the Scripty scripts. They're elaborate. They're based off of the TikToks, and we'll have success in the future. That's just for us.
If you could elaborate on that success, I'd appreciate it.
I said they were elaborate scripts.
Okay.
But Brian, I think you've done a magnificent job standing your ground on this one. I think you have definitively proven. I will admit I was wrong on my initial judgment that you're right. I think the last 4 major releases have proven that they get it. They get their audience. They get how to get it out there, and they're even bringing the critics on board. So you know what? I can have faith in the next handful of comic book, video game movies to be a crop of good films.
Yay!
Good job, sir. Good job.
I win.
Well, I mean, let's face it.
I really, mother ever, I earned that.
Oh yes, you did.
I'm going to enjoy that.
100%. This is
I had a little help from Josh.
Yeah.
Through his math skills, and B, just his love and support.
Yeah.
So thank you, Josh.
Would you like to continue anybody else's? You're more than welcome. I'll play no music for you for a couple minutes if you want to thank anybody else.
I mean, sure. I'd like to thank my wife, who is constantly believing in me despite all of my ridiculousness.
Don't forget the Academy.
I will not get off the stage. Will not get off the stage, sir. I have too many people to thank. I'd like to thank. What's that lame joke? My legs for keeping me standing or something? I don't remember. CJ, lame joke, go.
Thank you so much for making us your, whatever it is we are to you right now, listener. Do you agree with us with this video game thing? I think that Brian made up an excellent point. And he has changed my mind, which is a rare thing because I usually just say sorry, not sorry. I definitely want to hear what you have to say, right? I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. So again, Tiki Talks, right, for Brian, for his thing. Short Circuit was a good movie. And thank you so much for making it whatever we are to you in your life right now. Please stay safe, and we'll talk to you in a few weeks.
Well, welcome to the club because you are that kind of nerd.
Yes, I'd like to buy a vowel.
It will cost $400 for E.
I'll take an O.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have no O's.
Can I get a U?
No, you can't buy me.
You don't get to
take
a second guess.
You can't. Right, exactly. You can't buy a second one. You had a miss. It's not your turn.
Listen, I'd like to pass. Can I pass it to the other team?
You can't pass.
You can't pass. You're off. It's not your turn anyway. It's not your turn to pass.
I'll take S words for 100.
No. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Will it really mighty my penis?
Can I phone a friend?
Oh. Mr. Connery, it's the pen is mightier. I don't care what you call it. Doesn't work. I'll take the rapist for 400. Mr. Connery, that's therapist.
Rest in peace, both of you.
That's very true. That's very true. We're in it together, you bastard. Welcome back,
yeah, seriously. Both of them within like 2 weeks of each other.
Yeah. That's because Trebek couldn't go on living. Yeah, the funny thing is, I'm not even sure if they have any kind of relationship.
I don't think they do at all.
Outside of the fictional
thing, which we all think is true. Like, we're just taking it as truth.
Yes. Like they are nemesis.
Imagine go, God damn it to you. I died first. I had something else.
Now they're up in the big game show in the sky.
Oh, everyone's center square. Look at Josh's elaborate comments on
elaborate.
Yeah, you Scroop.
We're really like just killing it with the words
the
today.
Scripty scripts that are very elaborate.
Elaborate.
There you go.
Elaborate.
Elaborate Scripty scripts.
Could you elaborate
together.
on how you would Scroop them up so that they can write their Scripty scripts?
Yeah, first you get the claw machine, right? That you got from like
the claw.
Exactly. But
Okay.
on the finger of
On
the
the
claw,
each.
right? On each finger of the claw is
There's only 3.
Johnny Five's head, right? That scoops them up and talks to them as they get placed into the bubble that was like the Simpsons, right? Over a town where they
Like
write
the
Scripty
Simpsons
scripts.
movie.
Yes.
Okay. What kind of Scripty scripts are we writing here?
A very
Is it
elaborate
just
ones.
the- is it
very
just the
elaborate
short
ones
circuit?
that have
Can
a lot
I
of detail.
request specific Scripty scripts from the people who have been scooped up? Can you evaluate on that?
Yeah, you can get Pacific ones. You can also get Atlantic ones. You can also get the Gulf of Mexico if you're feeling.
I'd love it if I could ask for a specific Scripty script.
If you ask for it, you can get the spray on it too to really kind of make sure that everyone even like doesn't.
Well,
smell
it's
got to
smell good.
Right, as long as they're in the bubble. My God, look at this horse! Did you see what happened to it? Holy shit!
I could keep that going, but
That
I'll let it
poor
go.
horse. This was the one that was in the hospital? Oh my God. Well, now that we're done talking about, I don't know where the hell I left the edit. I don't know where the hell the edit is.
Just leave it all in.
Gonna figure it all out.
Just put it
Well,
all
now
in.
that we're done talking,
Figure out a new one.
now that we're done, I don't know what the fuck to say for this one.
Let's see it.